What is going on, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're taking a look at the final. I assume is the final Dark Magician support card coming in Duelist Pack Magical Heroes. I'm not actually sure if I don't know if it's been confirmed if they're doing 5 new cards for every main character, every protagonist, or if they're just doing, or if they're doing 6. It was like a 56 card set, so I was like, I could see them doing 5, I could see them doing 6. It's like, it's one or the other. But if this is the last one, then good, then whatever. But let's take a look here. Today we're looking at Servant of the Soul, or Faithful Servant. So really cool artwork, as always. I mean, any artwork with Dark Magician is probably just going to be pretty cool. It's a quick play spell, though, which we've seen for Dark Magician, but none that have been too crazy. And here we go. So you can use the second effect with this card's name only once per turn. So the first effect is not once per turn, which is pretty interesting because I actually think it's pretty good. Place on top of the deck 1 card from your hand, deck, or graveyard that has the name Dark Magician, or specifically lists the cards Dark Magician and or Dark Magician Girl in its text, except another Faithful Servant. Okay, so you just get to stack the top card of your deck. I do like that it's a hand, deck, or graveyard, because if you did have something in grave and you play it as a one-of, you can recycle it. Something that's really good in a certain matchup, maybe, then that was a one-of, and like you just want to recycle it, use it again. That's very, very nice. Second effect, during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, as cost, of course. Then draw cards equal to the number of Palladium Oracle monsters, Dark Magician monsters, and or Dark Magician Girl monsters with different names on the field and in the graveyards. That is so clean, even if it's just draw 1. I mean, you got to just realize this card does not say. So we're assuming there's no assuming this translation is perfect, which it might not be. Maybe it says you can only activate 1 of each of the effects a turn, so you have to use it like, so you would stack a card in your deck, and then you have to wait a turn to be able to get that card. But assuming the translation is correct, and assuming that's not the case, this card is like, at the very least, Rhoda, right? For all you have to do is put any Dark Magician on field or in graveyard, not the craziest thing to do, in a Dark Magician deck. And it's not even Dark Magician. You could have, if you play any Palladium Oracle monsters or Dark Magician Girl, those work as well. And then you just draw 1. That's the lowest ceiling of this card, is essentially just search any card that has Dark Magician Girl, or either of those in the card text. That's awesome. This card is really good to me, I think, right? And it has the higher ceiling of, oh, maybe you have a Dark Magician on field, a Dark Magician in grave, or think of it this way. With the new fusion monster, you could have fused with like a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl. That's just draw 2. This becomes search 1 card and then draw another. This is like engage to a certain point. I think the ceiling for this card is actually so high. I think it's so good, and I've actually been blown away. I've been straight up blown away by how good the Dark Magician support is. I think for years we've seen mediocre Dark Magician support. I mean, you read Eternal Soul and you're like, okay, it can be powerful, but MST like wins your opponent like the entire duel. So like that's pretty bad, because like, yeah, even if it is nice and it can amount like a certain amount of pressure, 1 spell and trap destruction, and like you can like lose it can just like not just hurt you and stop your resource pool, but just like take away all the resources you've gotten up until that point. Very, very brutal. We're finally seeing just like so many like good all 5 of these I think were good hits. We know Magician Souls is nuts. We know Combination is going to be is a decent trap card for disrupting your opponent, which Dark Magician was lacking for a while. The new boss monster is very, very good as well. Dark Magic Secrets, we have a searchable fusion spell now, and now this card for consistency. One of the biggest problems with Dark Magician was always consistency. You're playing 3 vanilla, like, big body cards that brick in your hand, and now finally we just have cards that are consistent, add to the power of the deck, what the deck can actually do, and I love it. I think all 5 of these are hits. let me know what you think, guys. Like, let me know specific situations. I mean, obviously, like, they have all their cards. They have Circle. They have Eternal Soul. You can put on the top of the deck. You have, I think this way. I think technically you can put like Dark Magician Girl on top of your deck. Yeah, doesn't she say she gains attack for every Dark Magician in on field or something, or in graveyard? So I'm pretty sure you can just like do this with Dark Magician Girl if you need her. I don't know if you play her in the first place or what, but very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see how good this deck is after this new support, because these cards are really legitimately good cards. That you could give me, you could tell me 30 archetypes probably, or if they got these cards and they were just specific to that archetype, I'd tell you like, wow, this deck's only tier 1. I'm not sure because it is Dark Magician. Again, you do have to play those big bricks, Dark Magician Girl, if you play her. It does still have its flaws. If you still have to roll through Eternal Soul, there's weaknesses there, which is removing Eternal Soul, getting punished for it. But we will see where this deck really ends up. That's all we have here. Like I said, we have all 5 cards for every protagonist, assuming we're only getting 5 for each one and not 6. And let me know, guys, because I'm really kind of itching to do like a series, maybe for like a week or something, where I go through every protagonist, the 5 cards they've gotten, and maybe a little overview of what they already do, and then talking about like how much better they'll be and where I think they'll stand, because I do think like some of these decks do make a significant jump to, if not, I mean, I'm still not going to make a call on like Dark Magician being legitimately meta, but at least a rogue deck. I think for a while we've been able to say like people have said like Dark Magician is rogue, but I'm not so sure Dark Magician is rogue. Like, how many tops does it have? Like, I'm not sure it has any tops, even at a regional level, right? So, like, well, you'd see Hero climb up to legitimate rogue status, well, not rogue, but legitimate tier 2 status, because it's already been floating around there, and maybe Dark Magician as well, and some of these other ones make a jump as well, but we can talk about that on another day, guys. That's going to do it for me here, though. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you'd like to hear me do that series, and I could put in a little more research, actually go more in depth, so I can actually, I don't know, talk, like, and not just read a card and say, sounds good, even though I don't know the context of the archetype that well, and actually have more of a basis after doing some good research on it. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'm going to get the hell out of here, though. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos from me. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. They kill it with the news, literally always. They're the best. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.